January 13th, 2024 is a day the hip-hop world in Memphis will never forget. This is Big Jook's last drive investigated, his final moments traced. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and watch this whole video so you don't miss anything. Nestled on the corner of Winchester and Riverdale sits a family business, a staple of the community of one of the biggest rappers to come out of Memphis, Tennessee, Yo Gotti. Just a short 3-minute, 1.1 mile drive to where his brother would lose his life leaving a repass behind a deadly escalated beef over a war of words.
We in the car now, blazing. He like, bro, you heard this? Such and such. You like, man, nigga trying to this. He like, bro, really, bro, his last 2 tapes he put out. You like, I'm like, you ain't heard it? I'm like, no. You like, bro, you gotta keep it. I'm like, I don't listen to it. Right. So he like, listen to it, play it. I said, oh. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he thought the coast was clear. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he know that everybody over there with him know that all really. Not even just them. Everybody that know Dolph know, like, man, that young nigga about his business. Right. You know what I'm saying? He about his paper. Right. He running around here getting all this money and busting it down with no one. Right. You know what I'm saying? Who the CEO? He is.
I said that because I remember.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember having a conversation.
So it's like this. It's like this right here. He thought the coast was clear. Mm-hmm. It been dead. It been over with. What he do? Oh, let me slick. Rap about it. Really, it didn't make no noise. Right. You see, it ain't make no noise until Dolph just put this song out. Right. You see what I'm saying? And as far as like, oh, Dolph want to get publicity, no. The song was on the CD anyway. You was gonna hear it the next day anyway when the CD dropped. Right. You know what I mean? This ain't no diss song, but it's straight facts. Right. You know what I mean? Like straight the truth, like facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, put it like this. When you first heard of his artist, how did you hear about his artist? He made his artist say screen Dolph name. He made his artist bring up Dolph name and tie Dolph name to his name, right? That's when everybody got him, such and such. Nobody never knew him. Right. See what I'm saying? That's how he got his attention. Now I mean, you already made your artist use my name to get some attention. I let that shit. I laughed at that. It's funny to me. You see what I'm saying? Right. It's funny to me. Now, not even just that. How did you get poppin'? Right. How did he get it first? How did Yo Gotti get poppin' and get some attention? Nobody heard of him to win till he did 3-6 Mafia.
Oh, is this true? Right, okay. Right. I remember that.
You see what I'm saying? So now, Dolph put out a record telling the truth, telling you, hey, nigga, I'm telling you, hey, you, your brother, your manager, your DJ, bro, I would have his own people to come and, his own, bro, I don't even want to go all the way into it, really, because a lot of people, it's like, I ain't gonna say, it like, some of them cool, like, they don't, a lot of them done shook him out, like, bro, I can't deal with him, bro, 'cause he too fake, he this, is that, he want to control this, they like, bro, he done got rid of certain artists because they don't want to beef with Dolph, or they don't like, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with your beef with Dolph. You hating on him about a bitch. Right. You hating on him about a bitch. Reality. You hating on him because he wouldn't sign with you. You know what I mean? Right. You hating on him because he popping, and he really popping, and he still independent. You know what I mean? Right. You hating on him because he really got M's and did the shit without no help. Right. You made your artist use my name to get some attention. See what I'm saying? Right. Real niggas, me personally, when I want attention, when I'm finna make a scene, make a scene or make some commotion. Right. I'm finna go spend my paper. I'm finna go flex. Let me go buy me a new chain, a new watch. Let me go buy me a new coupe, I'm finna just go crazy. I'm gonna go do all that right there. Right. Plus the music to go with it gonna speak for itself. Right. So now, millions of dollars later, bro, you think why would I? Let me drop this song about this faggot so it can get me hot. Hell no, that shit ain't getting me hot. That shit is doing nothing for me. Right. It's the point, bro. It's the principle. My nigga, don't play with me. Play with your bitch.
1 mile. Just 1 mile away from the cornerstone of one of your family's legacies. Did Jook know that the same restaurant would be in such close proximity to his death? Today, we're going to take a journey through Memphis and trace the last steps of Big Jook on his fateful day. We're going to be able to peer through the lens of Jook's final moments. January 13th at Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church, 70 North Bellevue Boulevard. The funeral services for Eric Eugene Boven commenced at 11 a.m. In attendance was the Mims family, Big Jook, Yo Gotti, his mother, and their aunts. Paying respect to Eric, who was married to Jook's aunt and also a former kingpin in Memphis, they had no idea this would be the last time that they see Big Jook alive. Outside a parking lot filled with Memphis police and lying in the wings, a white Ford Explorer, attempting to blend in with the crowd, waited and watched for Big Jook and Yo Gotti to make their exit and figure out which direction they were going to go. Once the services were ending, Yo Gotti headed to the airport with his armed security, and the gunmen realized it would be outgunned with so many guards surrounding the Memphis Star. However, they noticed that Big Jook only had one person with him and knew he would be a much easier mark. After all, he was the one that allegedly placed a $40,000 hit on Young Dolph's head. They figured they would get one and get the other later. Hernandez Govan, the man who orchestrated the Young Dolph hit, is currently in protective custody and out on bond.
And every time we come to the court, Mr. Govan will get this request that says Mr. Govan is asking for other things. At first it started with, you wanted to go clothes shopping, and I think my response was, you can have Amazon.com, deliver your clothing. Yes, sir. You also wanted to go grocery shopping. I told you to call Kroger, and they'll deliver your food to your house. And I also got an answer, got a request that indicates that perhaps you want to be given the same consideration of some other folks, and that you think that you want to be permitted to go to work full time. Mr. Govan, you're on bond because all parties agreed to that. Those conditions were set by this court. Those were conditions that all parties agreed to, and I don't see any reason at all why this court should relax those conditions and tell Mr. Govan, we're going to let you go back to being a fully fledged person with no restrictions at all. Go to work when you want to, go shopping when you want to, leave the county when you want to, go to other places when you want to. Mr. Govan, you're on those restrictions for a reason. And part of those reasons is for your own safety. You are probably aware that Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee is the first most violent metropolitan area in the country. This case has generated a substantial amount of publicity. And if you're running around free in Shelby County, Mr. Govan, knock on wood, somebody might be trying to kill you, sir.
The Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church has 4 exits located on the side of the building. This means the gunmen had a clear view of Yo Gotti and Big Jook exiting the funeral. It was simple for them to blend right into the crowd without being noticed or even questioned. No one asked questions at a funeral procession. Big Jook, unbeknownst to him, was being trailed and watched the entire time. He got into his vehicle to make his way to the repast to join friends and family. He felt comfortable in his city and not fully aware of the trap that laid before him. The gunman followed Big Jook, attempting to not be noticed, for an 18-mile, 22-minute drive from the church on Interstate 240 East to the repast at Perignon Restaurant and Event Center. Perignon, located at 6485 Winchester Road, located just 1 mile away from Jook's family restaurant, Preve, would be the last stop ever for Big Jook. Born Anthony Big Jook Mims, September the 5th, 1976 in Memphis, Big Jook was the firstborn to his mother when she was just 18 years old. In 1976, When it wasn't a lot of options for a single mother of color, she entered the drug trade so she could provide for her family. Admitting to owning several trap houses that got kicked in by the feds, she went on record saying what she showed Big Jook was the street life, and that's all that he knew.
And I was explaining, I was explaining to my daughter, because Mario is not here, I was explaining to her that this was my firstborn. I had all my mistakes. Everything I did wrong was with him. Right. This was my firstborn. And then when I had Mario, Lil Robert, y'all don't know about Lil Robert, I lost a son, Lil Robert, Mario, then Pooh, then I knew to do better. Right. But him, I don't know if y'all want to do this live, but I'm like... But with him, you know, my dope house got kicked in. He was right with me. That was my only son. I kept him with me everywhere I went. Hold up. But I'm just letting you know, college student. You know, he was in the dope house with me. With me. But before he got with you, he was in the dope house with me. All right. But I'm just saying, I had dope house that got kicked in. You know what I'm saying? I knew that wasn't the right thing to do. And I learned and I did better when I had Lil Robert, Mario, and Pooh. But he was with me when 3-4 dope houses got kicked in. And I blame myself to this day for his lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Because he seen what I did. And I was getting money in the streets. What that lifestyle over here? But we doing that lifestyle now. All the money we getting now is legit. Legally. Yes, legally. We gonna do that again.
It wasn't until his last prison stint for drug trafficking that he decided to leave the business alone. He credited Yo Gotti with steering him away from coming back to move bricks once again. Even though Gotti patterned his record label after the glorification of coke and trafficking, those days were done for the Mims brothers, and they were going legit. He posted a picture on his Instagram showing when he was released in 2012. He said, "My 6-year anniversary, July 20th, 2012, the day I came home from jail and decided to do right for the first time in my life. My family came to pick me up on a tour bus. I thought I was headed home, but Gotti told me we got work to do. We got a show in Dallas, Texas. I'm like, nah, I'll catch you when you get back in town Monday. I'ma chill with my girl and family." Gotti like, "No, bruh, you gotta hit the road. I need you with me, what we built together. This what all your sacrifices, blood, sweat, tears, and years, it have paid off to INE CMG. I'm retiring you from the streets, and whatever you want your retirement salary to be, you got it, and here you go." He threw me a shoebox full of money. I'm like, okay, bet, let's go. 6 years later, I'm still here, alive, and free, with no worries. Thanks to God and my family, happy 6-year anniversary to me. Y'all help me thank my little brother at Yo Gotti for saving my life and freedom, plus giving the best retirement plan ever. One love for life, INE CMG. Now the irony of that message is his brother saved his life, however, he also took his life.
Man, everybody in the hood know who killed Big Jook and who that white SUV belongs to. It's a dirty game in Memphis, you know what I'm saying? Problem is the streets don't talk like that. Unless it's a bag or something behind it, and even then some people still might not talk. But yeah, I know the ones that's behind it. Gotta know the ones that's behind it.
He showed me a different way, like, you really can make it, like, you know. We stayed by the NBA players and stuff like that, so it was like, I never thought I'd be in this position and not be in the streets with it, like, still had the same lifestyle that I was in the streets with this music though. So he took me to another level, and opened my mind up to show me that there's more out here than selling drugs.
Good evening, Daniel. Well, at least 5 police sources have confirmed with Fox 13 that the person killed is Anthony Mims, also known as Big Jook. Now, Big Jook is the brother of rapper Yo Gotti. Now, we were at that scene earlier tonight. Police say 2 men were shot outside Perion's restaurant and event center around 4:15. Now, that's on Winchester near Kirby. According to the Memphis Police Department, the victim was inside a vehicle at the time and was brought here to St. Francis Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased.
Now, the business of dealing was prevalent with the Mims family. His mother and his aunt participated in large Memphis distribution rings. Linda Faye Mims appealed the district court's judgment in 1993, sentencing her to imprisonment for 84 months after a jury found her guilty of conspiracy to possess coke with intent to distribute. Mims' brother-in-law, Eric Bovin, the one Jook and Yo Gotti attended his funeral, was the apparent leader of a large distribution network that transported the work from Los Angeles to Memphis. After government officials learned that Mims' house on Monette Street in Memphis was being used in the illegal goods network, they placed the house under video surveillance. The videotape showed co-conspirators Eric and Janet Bovin entering Mims' house on September the 17th, 1987 with Earl Woods, a known government informant. Woods testified that he accompanied Eric and Janet Bovin to Mims' house and that they carried a briefcase containing money. He said that Mims gave a sack containing $25,000 to $40,000 to them, and they counted the combined money, which totaled $100,000 to $170,000. That's a lot of money in the 80s, and that's a lot of money in today's time as well. Woods also testified that another occasion, he and another co-conspirator delivered a bag containing 7 kilos to Janet Bovin, and that she told him that she was taking the work to Mims' house. Another co-conspirator, Anthony Bovin, testified that he met other members of the conspiracy at Mims' house and that he picked up $75,000 to $100,000 at her house. Additional videotape evidence shows that several people left Mims' house with plastic bags containing a white powdered substance. Now, during a search of Mims' house, agents found a loaded .38 caliber revolver in a shoebox with trace amounts of coke. During the trial, the district court admitted the revolver into evidence over the objection of Mims' counsel. Now, Mims originally pled guilty to the conspiracy charge, but the district court later allowed her to withdraw her plea. The district court allowed an agent to testify at that trial. After entering into a plea agreement, Mims admitted that Eric Bowman had gave her work to sell. Eric Bovin passed away on December 31st, 2023 at the age of 63, just hours before making it to the new year. His death would shatter Yo Gotti in more ways than one, as his funeral provided the perfect backdrop to assassinate his older brother, Big Jook. A towering and recognizable figure, Big Jook stood out amongst the other attendees at the repast. Attempting to make his way back to his vehicle, he saw gunmen approaching him. The man that was with him took notice of the assailants and attempted to draw down and extinguish the threat. The gunman unloaded on them with a pistol containing a switch, an illegal rapid rate modification that will enable guns to spray in succession. Big Jook was hit 10 times before he was able to make it into his vehicle and drive away. Now, we closely retrace these steps of Big Jook and also his final moments before being gunned down at the Perignon Restaurant and Event Center. What would have happened if he would have went another direction? What would have happened if he would have just got on that plane with Yo Gotti and left? Would he still be here today? Would they have found another way to exact their revenge for young Dolph? That is the $1 million question. Now, the streets are saying that Yo Gotti and Key Glock are next on the hit list. A lot of people are passing away between this Young Dolph and Yo Gotti beef. Now, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Do y'all feel like he would still be here? Make sure y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the videos. Share these videos, and I'm going to peep y'all on the next one. Holla.